Hey guys, we're back. If you didn't get a chance to watch that first video for the Ascension reading, go ahead and take a look. But if you did, welcome back to another Ascension reading. As you know, these readings are for the Ascension-minded. In particular, I've asked Spirit to assist us with bringing through information that is going to be of use to you along your mission-based lifetime. So in this lifetime, if you are a mission-based soul, then that means that you have within your soul contract a soul agreement to, if it is still your decision down here, to be of service to others. So basically you're helping. That's all we're doing out here. And in the first part, we were talking about oneness, all that is, I am, as being a state of unity. We're trying to get a better understanding of that here in this third dimension, because right now when we talk about things like oneness and love, and all we're thinking is through the channels of religion, or through the channels of proverbs, or through the channels of just adages and just sayings we've had. They seem lofty, they seem like, all right, yeah, well, to err is human, or to forgive is divine. All these things are empty, the way that we're engaging with it. So what we try to do on this channel is to bring these higher level teachings down into a state or a form, in this case language and explanation, that will make sense to us here, wherever you find yourself. So as we were talking about, we talked about a lot of things I can't remember from the first video. Sorry, I'm in the zone and I'm still kind of there, so I'm just going to continue. But from what I remember, we were talking about this state of oneness, which is the only real state there is. There's only one. And we see bits and pieces of this making their way into our belief systems. And for example, I am God and there is no other. Now, all of you hearing that are going to hear different things, different meanings. So let me be clear about what I would like you to take away from that here. And also remember, you're an adult, so believe what you'd like, discard what you'd like, and that is your birthright to move in and out of belief systems. Just be mindful that what you believe, because you're a multidimensional creator being and you're a sovereign one, what you believe is what you will make for yourself in your physical reality. Always remember that. So it's always important to make sure that your hands are all over what it is that you incorporate into your belief system, so that you don't end up running on someone else's programming. If I can get you to believe anything, then I can practically cycle you into any timelines that I want to. You will navigate your reality by way of your belief system. So that is your incentive to reclaim your sovereignty and to understand where your strength lies. Speaking of where your strength lies, there's only one real state, capital R, and that is a state of oneness. And we talked about how oneness can be akin to one-point perspective, right? And anything other than one-point perspective, which is just existence, I am, that is all, that is literally unconditional existence. The only thing you can say is, I exist from that. I am. That is the creator. That's all of us. When we're not in this fractal, fragmented, highly individuated state of being that we are now. You are so, when I say you, all of us, we are so individuated. We are source, God, creator, whatever, but we're so individuated in expression, so delineated, that we literally have manifested. Remember, beliefs are manifestation. We so believe in this separation that we have literally manifested ourselves into different bodies with different personalities and belief systems, and hell, even lifetimes and different lifetimes. This is speaking about fragmentation, fragmentation, fragmentation upon fragmentation. And even here in this very fragmented state, as Janelli being, hi, I've got, boom, fragmentation of my own, with my own past lifetime fragments hanging around, needing to be incorporated, my own trauma aspects of me that are, I counted them. I'm not going to say the number right now because that's a little embarrassing, but anyway, right, these are the things that need to be integrated, because we talk about evolution and ascension all over the place. You hear about it, but people don't actually understand what it is. And they talk about things about the fall and things like that. These are all big terms that carry big meanings, because these meanings were given meaning, or these labels were given meaning by people who are teaching stuff. So one of the things of my mission is to try to get through to people without engaging the discourse. The discourse has come through people. And so the safest route for you to connect back to yourself is to do so in a way that doesn't trip off, basically, the alarm bells of your programming. So there's so many ways to go into this. Hold on, let me see what the best approach is for you guys. Yeah, so let's just say, oh, the fall. Okay. Yeah, people will be like, oh, fallen angels, the fall, the this, the that, the. Get rid of it. Because all you're doing is you're allowing into yourself a belief system that is going to cycle you through different realities. Remember, if you watched one of the videos we just made, you don't change. You align with the different versions. There are many versions of the earth. So you're a tuning device and a navigational device powered by your beliefs. You have a belief, consciously, subconsciously, you have a belief, and it generates an overall vibration. And that vibration or frequency is going to determine where you go throughout all that is. There are options. You've got bare options, to use a little UK slang. You've got so many options. So stop allowing yourself to be pumped full of false beliefs that do what? Cut off a whole bunch of options of timelines and realities for you to live and cycle you into low frequency timelines. That is literally how you serve the will of others. When you think for yourself, you reclaim your sovereignty, you understand how you work, you understand that you are hear it again, always say it, you are you are sovereign, let's start with that. You are a sovereign, multi-dimensional creator being. That means that when you were created, you were imbued with the ability to have free will. Your free will is not going to come down here like just saying, oh, you know what, I want to get married and I'll marry Bobby instead of Billy. No, that decision was made in the non-physical, maybe even a few now moments ago, before it even broke through into the physical. The gift of the physical is that you have time between your thoughts and feelings and all of that to tweak things before you activate a certain timeline and start to manifest that for yourself, right? But you're a sovereign, you have your own choices to make. Right now, we are not living in our own choices. Because why? You with your sovereignty, you run on what? You don't run on oil. You don't run on gas. You don't run on electricity. You don't run on sunlight. You don't run on these things. You run on your beliefs. Okay? It's all energy. It is your beliefs that will determine what's going on with you. Look at her. Oh, I didn't even shuffle, but look at her with her anchor. Like, here we go. Listen, if you're having beliefs that are founded upon fear-based ideologies, just think about chutes, CHUTES, or snakes, snakes and ladders, chutes and ladders. How old were you when anyone here? I was alive for both those versions, but anyway, right? You're just going down in frequency. And so you're going to attract to you the different timelines, versions, for all of your future now moments until you make a change in your frequency. You're going to imbue each now moment, a now moment, a now moment, a now moment with those lower frequencies. And guess what's going to manifest? Form, people, places, things, situations, and ideas that align with those beliefs and those thoughts that you were thinking. If you don't want to live in those kind of spots, you don't want to end up in Machine City or whatever like that, you have to change the way you're vibrating. And this is where you take proper spiritual hygiene, proper self-care, where you understand what you are, you're projecting, you understand that you're making your own physicality around you, you're making your own interpretations of the world, thereby navigating yourself throughout all that is, all the possibilities, you, by way of your decisions to either embrace love, the higher frequencies, or embrace fear, the lower frequency. You are determining the quality of timeline that you are bringing from possibility into probability, aka bringing from all these light waves and stuff into matter, right? So you're determining that, and you're also determining did I say the quality of the conditions? The conditions. You're determining how that love or that fear-based energy manifest for you? Is it going to be manifesting as your husband? Is it going to be manifesting as that job? Oh, you're at this job because it's a manifestation of your own self-doubt. You're in this marriage because it's a manifestation of your own self-doubt and self-criticism. Which one is it? So you see, it's very, very important to start to understand who you are. As a sovereign, multidimensional creator being, you are the maker, the interpreter, and the experiencer of what your physicality is. Now, in order to change that, you are going to have to change what? The only thing that matters for you, your belief system. So as we're trying to remind you, remembering who you are versus who you're being is the first step. Who you are is the same as all of us. We are sparks of the divine. We are fractals of source. We're so individuated right now that we appear to be separate. But the reality of what is that there's only one. We're all inside of it, and that we are just playing out these individuated roles because of our abilities. Yeah, okay. I said that, but because of your beliefs. Okay? So you are love and you have one function. Your one function is to be happy. Don't believe me? Why do you thrive? Why do you feel good? Why does the father of the bride and who just had babies and stuff say, everyone, hey, you stranger across the street, come join the barbecue. Everyone eat. Everyone drinks on me. Because he's in an elevated state of joy. And the way source is there's joy. And when there's joy, there is sharing. There's no trying to hold on to anything. There's love. That is your elevated state. That is closest to what your reality is, your design is for you. So your one function is to be happy. And when you're happy, you're running on octane. Your whole energy field is looking great. You're feeling good. You're serving your function, your purpose to be happy. And all is right in all that is. But when you start to harbor these false beliefs, that's when we start to see polarity. That's when we start to see, ding, the beginning of the dream. Because now you're giving yourself a condition. I am becomes I am. What? What are you? You tell us. What are you? Just say the word. Sovereign, multidimensional creator being, say the word, and so it will be for you. Now, you may mistake and think, well, I've been saying I'm happy, I'm married, I'm abundant down here. It doesn't matter what you're saying here in the physical. Use the physical to get an idea of what you're saying consciously and unconsciously. Because if you're truly saying that you love men and you're happy and you want a husband, why is it that you're going through these? That's not your reality. It must be sovereign, multidimensional creator being that somewhere in your energy field, in your being, you are confused about what you're actually saying and calling for. And this is why we must do shadow work to understand, I know who I am. Actually, many people have forgotten who they are. Otherwise, we wouldn't be going through all this stuff, right? But you know who you are. But here you're being this. Why am I experiencing these things in my physical when I clearly have done all these vision boards and I'm this and I'm that? Well, it's simple. You look inside. If the car isn't running right, you look inside under the hood. And most people don't want to look under the hood, and that's why we call them shadows. We hold shadows because these are parts of us that we don't want to look at. But in order to really have a healthy state of mind and make your way back up in octane, in frequency, back up to what? The recognition of oneness, because we're all one, we just don't recognize it anymore. But to make yourself back to the recognition of oneness, you have to start with self-acceptance. When you start to accept yourself, you accept your past life aspects that are still running around separately, believing they're separate from you, and you don't want to see them either. You don't want to know about what you did to that city when you were part of the military in that other lifetime, right? Or this one. These are parts that you don't want to look at. You don't want to think about the trauma parts. These are parts that you just don't want to look at, and they are part of your energy field. And when you come in to see us, God bless you and God bless us, we're all having those conversations with all these parts of you, and it's from a place of love. Why? Because the point is to pull yourself together, integrate, soul integration. You pull these parts of you back together, And then you, at the same time, pull yourself, elevate yourself back up to connect with your higher self, right? And then your higher self and the other higher selves of others will pull themselves together to get back up. And you see what I'm saying? It comes to oneness. All right, I'm going to shoot maybe one more video on this. So see you for part 3.